Today's story is going to be a wild one. We're going to be talking about a deputy that is a part of a sheriff's department, and on the line of duty, he was watching content that you don't exactly eat popcorn to.
In Lake County, a case of distracted driving cost a deputy his job, but a sheriff's office investigation found he wasn't texting before slamming his car into a woman's car.
He was looking at...
Yes, adult entertainment. Now, the reason why I had to censor the word was because YouTube has a blacklist of words that you can't say here on YouTube. And YouTube considers even a syllable of any of these words to be a declaration of war. So yeah, you don't have to thank me for censoring the word. But just in case, you're welcome.
West 2's Justin Schecker got a copy of the internal affairs report and the body camera video from the crash.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office internal affairs investigation found that former Deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before this happened.
Now, I don't know what the two actors were acting out. It could have been anywhere from a helicopter to certain stretches. But whatever it was that caused him to be severely distracted, it must have been the climax of the story.
In early November, while driving south on County Road 435, his body-worn camera captured the steering wheel airbag deploying.
Hang on a second, man. How stupid are you, bro? Like, do you watch movies to learn how to be stupid, or are you completely self-taught? You're telling me that you had your body cam on the entire time you were watching this content? And not only that, oh man, please tell me he was not aware of it and that he thought that he left the camera at home. Bro, you recorded yourself crashing into this car. I suspect that he lacks foresight and that he's going to make many more mistakes as this process unfolds.
After his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car. The video shows Deputy McComber tossing his cell phone onto the seat and then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Let me go ahead and tell you guys why I found this very significant. To me, it kind of came off that he was attempting to readjust the props in his car so it can tell a different story. Because as you guys know, when an investigator investigates the crime scene, they look for all the details, the props. It tells a story. So if the phone remained on the floor, perhaps an investigator could have looked at that and said, was this guy distracted? But that's just a theory. I don't know. Apparently he picked up this phone and took it with him, but it is quite suspicious.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My brakes locked up.
Your brakes locked up? This is gonna get good.
Okay.
You good?
I was like, oh my goodness, wait. Yeah, I'm okay.
According to the new internal affairs report, the deputy told a sergeant the brakes locked up before he rear-ended the other car, stopped for a school bus.
Okay. Now, I know that it looks bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and defend him here, okay? Now, anybody in this situation would have made impulsive decisions. Obviously, there's a tremendous amount of pressure. You don't know what's going on anymore. So the reason why he lied was because he actually didn't lie. He just forgot to tell the truth.
This deputy no longer works for the Lake County Sheriff's Office. We're told he resigned while facing termination. The internal affairs investigation found he wasn't truthful about what he was doing on his phone right before impact.
So essentially, he got caught. He's a terrible liar. Like, if he tried to lie, his pants wouldn't even catch on fire.
McComber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash. But the investigation found he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job. The report's conclusion says McComber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash.
Okay, so I want to go ahead and just point this out, okay? Because the report says that he admitted to lying and that he revealed that he was watching adult content. Okay, this is stuff that the investigators already knew. All he had to do was just come out and confess. So there's nothing new here. It's not like he decided to become a better person. The investigation led investigators to believe that he was binge watching content with very unique and special sound effects. He was cornered and he had to make the tough decision to come out and confess to it, knowing that this information was eventually going to be public.
Deputies found he violated 3 sheriff's office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that's prohibited, and there was substantial evidence he wasn't wearing a seatbelt behind the wheel. Covering Lake County, Justin Schecker, West 2 News.
Now, I'm sure that you guys are wondering, How did the investigators know? Did they have like this genius detective? Did they have a sidekick with a crystal ball? No, none of that. It was simply due to this man's stupidity. Remember how we talked about how he has a body cam and like his body cam was recording every single movement or everything that was in front of it? Well, believe it or not, as he was about to crash, he ends up flashing his phone, the front of his phone. He flashes it in front of his body cam, and his body cam ends up catching a split second of what he was watching. So here's the image, and you can see that it's blacked out because obviously he's not watching Passion of the Christ. But here you can see the edges that clearly indicates that this is a smartphone or a dumb phone, because any smartphone that he wields, I automatically consider dumb. And this isn't even an opinion, this is straight fact. Because what occurs next is a huge indicator that if he was to ever get brain surgery, they would have to use a microscope. Now, initially, this deputy had told the investigators that he was in a group chat and he was messaging people from his department. Obviously, the next course of action is to go to every individual officer involved in that group chat and ask them, you know, what is it or what was it that he was messaging you guys? Obviously, they all denied it because it never happened. And when they told him that, listen, it didn't occur, you know, Johnny over here said that you didn't even text him. Like, what's up with that? However, they did reveal to him that they had discovered a certain image, obviously because he flashed his phone across his body cam, and they questioned him about that. And here's the thing, I don't even know what the investigators were thinking at the time, but I would assume that they probably were expecting for this deputy to respond with, oh, you know, I was watching a live church service. Obviously because everybody needs a little bit of Jesus in their life, but never did they expect that he was gonna say porn. And since he revealed that fact, they reported it, and life has taken a different turn for him. Obviously now he's gone viral, and now he's an unskippable ad. You go to any law channel or any body cam channel and he's practically there. Okay, that is kind of an exaggeration, but he is kind of out there now. There's a channel that covered him that received about 1 million views. So a lot of people know what he looks like. Now, I know that I was goofing on him and I was poking fun at him and calling him dumb and all of this, but the reality is I don't really know this guy, you know? And when I poke fun at people, I just poke fun at them because it's fun, you know? It is a pretty stupid thing for him to do all of this, but I mean, people could have seriously gotten hurt. But one thing that I do want to go ahead and bring up is adult entertainment addiction. You know what I mean? Because this guy clearly seems to me like he's addicted to it. I mean, come on, man. On the job, while driving, you don't even have a seatbelt on and you crash into somebody. That really seems like somebody who doesn't have all his mental faculties all together. There's a bit of rewiring in his mind that has gone on, and it doesn't allow him to properly function. And I really do hope that this man, he gets the help that he needs, because that definitely needs help. That is not normal, man. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to just go ahead and share that story. I thought it was a very interesting story. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the news on it, if you guys want to check out the other channel that covered it, I'll go ahead and leave links down below in the description. Go ahead and check that out. And that's really all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys next video.